No, you silly pessimistic the title of this video is not clickbait. If we're on the precipice of another bull, if the bull is re-kicking back off, which it looks really much like it is, the amount of time you have to be buying this move I'm going to talk about in this video is mattered in days. It's actually probably closer to hours. Which is why I'm foregoing the crazy intro. I'm not going to spend the entire video cracking jokes, whipping out the special effects you're used to on this channel. I'm not even going to mention how good looking and jacked I am. Very much. Because what we're looking at right here is very similar to what we saw in November when all the big coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the boring coins that are for dudes that require tweezers to jack off, they're really lame. Those coins were all starting to move, but alts were still at crazy goofy lows. And if you got into that move when I pointed it out back then, ooh, it was juicy. We made some pretty good returns. Without exception, every alt that we got into back then went up 5, 10, some of them even did 20x's.
Yes, yes.
And if you remember back in November, when I made that video, when I put it on and said, hey gentlemen, this looks neat, within a week, the opportunities to get those giant X's were gone. The gains still came, but you weren't getting in at the lows that we were talking about. And right now, we're seeing this huge off balance due to all these things we're going to talk about in this video. Don't worry, we'll break down the science, the facts, the high level of physics understanding behind this. But because of these misbalances in the market right now, a lot of the coins that are going to deliver these X's right now are sitting at inappropriate lows. They're about to be gobbled up probably in the next few days, especially if Bitcoin makes the move I think it's about to make. And in this video, I want to lay out that move and how it is going to look. So forgive me, I'm gonna skip all the funny stuff on this video. Look, I promise next week I will put the glasses back on, I will talk about your masturbation habits. We will make tons of diarrhea poop jokes, double heapings of poo-poo pee-pee jokes. We will talk about Cardano holders' erectile dysfunction and how their wives sleep with other men, but alas, with regret, we don't have time to do that today. I don't have time to deliver the yucks. Only thick, hot diarrhea runny gains. Which, I know that sounds bad, but technically, that comes fast and hard. You can't stop it, which is exactly what we want from our gains. So prep yourself. This video is going to be prepping you for like a laxative-like experience. If you have a maid cleaning your house, specifically your toilets, she's not going to be coming back for years after this one. You're going to be known as El Jefe Big Poo Poo. It'll be posted all over Craigslist. Don't go to this guy's house. His toilet is the equivalent to the Holocaust. I think we've gotten off topic though. In this video, there's a big move that's about to happen. There's coins at inappropriate lows. If you get in on this, I think you can make 10, 15, 20 X's. I actually think the big move in crypto is about to happen. Thus, in this video, I want to show you how it's probably going to look, where you need to be looking. I'm going to lay out the timing of everything and the moves I plan to make. And boy, if this hits, these moves are going to be very sexy. If this hits, the gains we're going to see on these coins, especially from these lows right here, are just ridiculous. I don't even have the hyperbole to describe it. I've compared it to cosmic diarrhea, and I think we're going to leave it at that tier 10 rating. And yes, in this video, for a few of you degenerate pieces of absolute who won't do any research, refuse to understand the market, and only come to these videos for coin picks, yes, I will talk about coins. I will start with the bigger conservative coins, and I will work my way down into things that should put me on a predator watch list, because they're disgusting. This is stuff you should only be seeing on 4chan, because when people look at my picks, it really falls into the 2 girls, 1 cup like category. It's just something you go to Best Buy and you go to all the computers and you put it up on, and then you walk away without saying anything, and people walk by are horrified. That's the level. I never did that as a kid. I never once put 2 girls, 1 cup on Best Buy computer monitors. Not once, I promise you. But that's the level of degeneracy of the coin picks I'll be getting into. But these things could do 20, 30, 40, 50 X's. I'm not even exaggerating. But we're just going to dive into it. So look, let's set a game plan for this video. What are we going to talk? How's it going to work? The first thing we need to talk about is the market right now and the dip we just saw. Why did it happen? How did it happen? What the is going on? Then we need to talk about the potential bull cases on the table right now. It's already been triggered, from my opinion. I don't see anything that's going to drive the market down. Or at least in my opinion, the risk to reward is just exceptional, which if you watch this channel, you know that's what we look for. We're not trying to predict the future, we're trying to find really good risk to reward bets. Then we gotta talk about altcoins, not the top 25 altcoins, the dirty altcoins. And why they're at such lows, and this is good, because again, the risk to reward on these coins is ridiculous. If Bitcoin does the pump we think it's about to make right here, if the scenario I talk about comes true, this is probably the silliest gains you're ever gonna see in crypto. This is the opportunity. This is going to make the bull run or whatever we've seen so far this year look goofy. And it's looked good to a point. Then it didn't look good. But I think we're about to be looking good. And then we need to talk about the market going into 2025. And then I'm going to get into the thesis of the parts of the industry I think are really going to take off. And then a lot of you guys thinking, oh, it's just gaming and AI again. He's going to talk about gaming and AI. Yes, I am going to talk about gaming and AI. That is the pencil sharpener I like to stick my dick in. I can't get it out. I'm locked in. We're going to talk about it. But there's a lot of other areas you need to be looking at. You can apply this to every altcoin if we're being honest here. And we need to talk about what this move is going to look like. Specifically, if Bitcoin gets to the point I think it's going to get to, and potential sell points. This is going to be the blueprint for 2024, 2025. And then, yes, I will give you a list of shekels, a list of coins that you can use as examples to get into. Does that sound good? Great. It's my pleasure to serve you. I wake up every morning thinking to myself, man, I can't wait to make a list of coins and industry picks for a bunch of degenerate pieces of who refuse to do any research and then ruin their lives, lose all their money, and then blame me for it. It's just what I wake up rock hard thinking about. And so let's get into it. This is my fantasy. All right. Let's pull this down and whip out some coin market cap, which everyone uses for their scientific picks and quantable crypto trading specificity. All right, gents. All right, guys. We're here at coin market cap. Now let's talk about the current market and what's going on. So look, we're going to go on over here to Bitcoin. We're going to use the Bitcoin chart. Let me make sure I got this all on one screen. So what's been going on in the market? I think you've all been here the last year. All right, we went up and then we kind of got a scary down right here. Now, first thing I got to point out right now, if you were looking to buy, of course, this point right here is where you were looking to buy. And if you follow me on Twitter, literally at the moment, Bitcoin was at 50K. Solana at 110K. I notified you that I was deploying as much money, the most money I have since November. I literally, boom, timestamp. You can go check it out. I said, let's get into this. And that moment lasted about an hour and a half. I can't make videos that fast. I can't just hop on every second. I'm a 36-year-old man. I have responsibilities. I can't hop on and make a video updating you on every single buy. The golden god of crypto doesn't have the time to always make videos for you. So please, do yourself a favor. Follow me on Twitter. That's where all my semi-good points of view get posted way faster in these videos. But as cool and lucky as that call was, because I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some world-class trader who can perfectly call the market. If you look at my biggest buy points in last year, that's exactly what I've done. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not here to get clout. I'm not here to flex on you and talk about how good I am at this and how you should listen and hang on every word I say. I'm not here to do that. I am not one of those over-arrogant YouTube channels that acts like they're infallible and never makes mistakes. Because we've never done that on this channel. Not once. Never. Not one bad pick ever. But seriously, I'm still going to chalk it up to stupid luck if I'm being honest. Because we've had one theory since November. And I'm going to routinely take swings at capitulations in Bitcoin and Solana and AVAX always. So whenever I see something like this, I'm going to buy regardless. It's not me perfectly timing the market. And there's a reason why. Because the base theory behind all of this, when we bought down in November, and we weren't buying Bitcoin and stuff in November. We're going to talk about the coins we bought here that did the 20Xs, 15, all the cool fancy numbers that we're looking for. But our theory has been since this point right here, Bitcoin is going to cross $100,000. Probably, in my opinion, I think it get to $120,000, $150,000. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw $200,000, but we're not. The theory, again, doesn't rely on us getting to $200,000. It relies on blind, dick in the wind, seppuku level confidence that Bitcoin is going to cross 100K. That's what the thing involves. So when the market's doing this, when it's doing this, I'm going to be scooping up Bitcoin, Solana, and AVAX, which is just a good old boring portfolio if you're looking to take a large chunk of money, triple it, 4x it, 5x it. To me, that's as sure as bet as it gets in terms of risk to rewards. It's like I'm walking up to a roulette table in Vegas. The odds are 75% I win, 25% I lose. And if I lose, I only lose half my money. And I can just hold Bitcoin and Solana forever. That's fine. But if I win, I 5x my money. That's a roulette table you want to be playing till they force you to go home because you're too drunk. All right. So before anybody claims what I'm saying about the market or calls I'm making, that is the only call I'm making and the only call I've made this and the only call I've made this entire year. I'll make tons of jokes, puns, and say, oh, this is going to explode all the time. But that's the base call. Until I say otherwise, that's it. And because of that base call, we can trade altcoins and smaller coins for some very degenerate gains, which I will talk about here in a moment. But again, just to recap, we've seen this accumulation, we'll just call that for now, period, right here, where Bitcoin and the top 5, top 10 coins have just been following this exact kind of chart right here. They're all mimicking it. And of course, this was a great time to buy. And if you'd been following me on Twitter, you would have been way more better positioned for this. And the alts did take some pretty good tips right here. But what's going on right now? Why has the market been doing this? Really simply, I don't fucking know. I don't know why it's been in an accumulation range while the stock market is going up. I don't know. If I did and I could call that, I'd be on a beach somewhere making pandas fight while ODing on Arby's meals. I wouldn't have anything to do with you. And the second you start seeing pics like that on Instagram, you know something's happened well. You know I've picked the right coins. But what we've seen right here is this range, which we can maybe chalk up to uncertainty. Bitcoin is a very high-risk asset, and it's been getting absolutely no coverage in the news. If you look at Bitcoin searches, you look at search volumes and views on YouTube, they're at bear market lows. They are at lows that are equivalent to when we were like down here. We have the same amount of interest and viewership as when we were down here. Why do I think that's happening? We could theory craft and blame manipulation all day. I would chalk it up to all the big institutions are buying, and so they sure as hell don't want it in the news, and they own all the news. If you get on Twitter, specifically crypto Twitter, if you remember back here when, you couldn't get crypto out of the news. You couldn't get NFTs out of the news. And so we're at the same points we were last bull run, price-wise, but with 1/10 the interest from the mass market. So that's really cool. Now, what does this represent to me? So, look, at the moment, I think there's a few things that are very likely to happen. I think rate cuts are coming, and I think Trump is going to win, especially with Kennedy supporting him, and just how, I don't care where you sit politically. The Democrats' positions on taxes, specifically when it comes to investments, are so incredibly stupid. The policy is so bad that A, we should pray that Trump wins, but B, I don't see the Democrats winning this election. I'm not going to get into politics beyond that in this video because there's a whole other spiel of stuff which requires tons of context, but I think Trump winning looks extremely likely if the election is at all fair. Rates are going to be cut, and that's going to just cause a wave of confidence in the US economy and a huge appetite for risk across the entire world. And what we're seeing right now is that appetite for risk trying to come back. But if we look at Polymarket and whatnot, we got this going on. We got this going on right here. We got 50-50 odds, which is causing a lot of uncertainty. And so people are not pricing in if Trump wins. In fact, they think Kamala could win, which could possibly happen. And then none of us are ever investing in crypto ever again. That's it. If Kamala wins, crypto's done. Investments are over for a little bit. But I don't think that's going to happen. And I think with rate cuts coming in and Trump winning and this not being priced in, combined with the lack of interest in Bitcoin right now, it's just going to go nuclear. Because as soon as that happens, it's going to be back in the news. And what is going on right now is there's so much sideline money. There's record amounts of sideline money. And the stats and the S&P and where the stock market and where crypto looks out right now, it looks like it's way up compared to a few years ago or at the same points. Looks over right here. But you have to understand, so much money has been printed since then. We increased the money supply by stupid amounts. And so while it looks like, we're at highs again, the dollar just isn't worth the same amount anymore. The S&P, if it went back to where it was pre-COVID and inflation actually factored in, be way, way, way higher. And that's because there's a metric ton of money sitting on the sidelines, which is going to cause a bull run past 100K. It could get even more excessive. This could be like the bull run to end all bull runs, because I think we're going to go into a recession after this one. The economic numbers and stats and metrics, the science behind it, it's stupid. Even if Trump wins, the economic system in America is still so stretched too far. It's to the brink. And whoever controls the left in America, they also control all the banking, they control all the media. You can bet they're going to rage quit the economy if Trump wins. They're not going to let him have the best economy ever. And we're going to have to fix it all. But before that, we're going to party. We're going to party. All the cocaine, all the drugs in America, gone. We're going to use it all at once. That's the bull run we're going to see. And so that's what I'm betting on. Now, what are the odds that I think this happens? 50-50. I don't know. If you guys come back to this channel and be like, Becker told me there was a guaranteed bull run happen. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think the odds are 50-50. But this is a roulette table where if we walk up to it, it's 50-50 odds, but it pays out 20-30x. I'll take that bet every day. Every day of the week. I'll do it every day, over and over again. Give me my Appletini and an absolute tray of White Russians. I will sit there and drink and play that game all day long, which is what we're doing here. Now, where are we going to get these 20-30x's? Are we going to get it in Bitcoin? No, you stupid. If you multiply where Bitcoin is right now to where I said it's going to go, that's not a 20-30x. Very astute of you. Now, we can't do that in Solana. We can't do that in Cardano. I'm just joking. We're not buying Cardano. Get out of here, you silly goose. We can't do that in Tron. We can't do that in Ethereum. And frankly, if you look at these coins right now, they're not too down. If we go look at Solana, for example, I mean, Solana's doing fine. Here's where it was last bull run. It came back up, and it really hasn't retraced too much. It was at $200. It's at $150 now. That's fine. In crypto terms, that's not that big of a dip. However, if we get into specific altcoins, like AI coins, for example, like AI coins, for example, we've never discussed those on this channel before. You can see they are way down from their dips. Now, Destra has a pretty good chart right here, but if we go look at other AI coins, let's go look at, like, I don't know, good old favorite ZKML. I mean, we are dumpster tier. I mean, we got really low. It got dark here for a minute. Everybody that bought ZKML up here, automatic divorce, straight to jail. But these things got way down, and they really haven't recovered too much. You can see it was at, let's see, the top right here was 70 cents. It's at 20 cents right now. Now, coins within this range, they're 100% going back to those all-time highs and then some. More importantly, when everything starts to spout off and the things I'm going to talk about in this video happen, the speculation in a few of the markets I'm going to discuss right here is going to be insane, and we're going to see them go much higher. Again, this is all based on Bitcoin continuing in an uptrend. This depends on Trump winning the election. This depends on all the people that own the media not finding Elon Musk, stuffing him in a cannon, and shooting him in the space Wile E. Coyote style, which is very likely. They could do it at any moment. They're prepping the cannon in Washington, D.C. Elon Musk is hiding in someone's mom's basement right now, hoping and praying they don't get him before he gets Trump elected. So there's a lot of what ifs, but these are likely what's ifs. So let's play ball here. All right, so let's talk about alts. This is where we're going to be making the money at. So we're not going to be, you can make money in these alts right here. I wouldn't say most of mine. I'm a piece of shit. I do things in a higher risk way. But a large amount of my investments are in these coins up here. Why? Because I'm looking to take millions of dollars and turn them into multiple millions. Because I've taken a large chunk of money and I don't want to lose all this money. And I think there's a really good chance it can 5x. In worst case scenario, it goes down 50%. I can hold it till the next bull run, whenever the heck that occurs. So I'm not really going to talk about those investments too much because they're not too exciting. This is not where we're going to be making tons of money. That's where we're going to be, if you have like a large amount of money and don't want 10% a year S&P gains and you'd like to maybe double, triple that, that's where we'd be doing it right there. It's still very high risk, but not crypto high risk. What we're talking about is the coins that are down. What are you doing down here? All right, and a lot of these coins are just at absolutely goofy lows compared to where they were earlier this year. Let's just look at a good old-fashioned just AI protocol. Actually, let's just look at like IMX. Good old chunky gaming coin, for example. All right, if we go look at the top of IMX recently, it was just way higher. I mean, the thing is at $3.06. It's at got down to $1. So we're able to score, you know, it's a 3.x away from where it was earlier this year. So these alts are stupid low right now. Why? It's because, again, the same situation I laid out earlier. The interest in crypto is at an all-time low, even though Bitcoin is still up very high. I think it's being smothered. And because of that, when the market's doing this and things are not pumping, people are just not going to play ball with altcoins. Combine that with the fact that everybody in crypto basically took out. So, for example, if you go look at Immutable X right here, nobody outside of the crypto space, no normal people know what IMX is. They don't even know how to buy the damn thing. If you go up to 20 people at a coffee shop and you say, hey, do you know what Bitcoin is? They're all going to say yes. If you ask them, do they know what Solana is? Maybe half of them are going to say yes. Okay. You ask them if they know what IMX is. No one's going to know what that is. No one even knows how to buy it or what it does or that gaming cryptos even exist. So only people actually sticking their dick in these pencil sharpeners right here, buying these coins, are going to be crypto natives, or people that have been in crypto for 1 to 2 years, or are really getting deep in the rabbit hole. And that's not a lot of people. And these people right here, one, do not play ball unless they're seeing explosive games. They are all day in, happy crypto, in it for the tech natives when it's doing this. But they do not like this. They do not play when markets are flat. They have the attention span of a toddler. They're not sticking around. Period. And then if anything even slightly more sexy pops up, which were meme coins, let's look at, for example, like WIF. These little catastrophes popped up and they were just delivering way better gains. So everybody just stopped all forms of utility altcoin investing and just went in on these. They took their money out. They lost all their money. It's just been a terrible time for alts. Probably the worst time for alts ever in crypto. So they're all sitting at really off-balance lows because, again, with all the situations I just talked about right here, they should be following Bitcoin's movement and Ethereum movements way closer, but they're not because of all the situation I just talked about. So, again, they are sitting at really, really goofy lows. And so what do we do at this point? We buy the things that are most likely to be hyped up based on the news and based on events that are going to happen in the next year. So let's start with some more basic things we could do. Let's get into actual coin picks and things we could be looking at. So where you need to be looking at this bull run, in my opinion, is going to be Solana and AVAX. AVAX is a really good, strong gaming narrative. I think it's going to really propel it. And Solana is just the chosen child of this market. And I think BNB is going to be doing really well. CZ is about to be out of jail. He's going to be posting 4s all over Twitter, smacking his cheeks at the institutions, just straight up rubbing those pressed hams. And I think it's going to give BNB a huge spurt right here. And so these 3 coins right here, I think are going to do very well. And the infrastructure on them, if you know anything about how we train this channel, a good old basic little sleazy way to make money here is you don't buy the top coin, you buy the utility underneath it. So if we go under AVAX, for example, you can go to a coin like Joe. This is the utility trading platform on AVAX. So it was up here, it's down here. If the market kicks back up and AVAX gets a bid, which I think it will, this thing's going nuclear. It's going to $1 billion, no problem. Now, if we go look at like Raydium or whatever is popular, I don't trade too much the centralized exchanges on Solana. I know I should, but I kind of sat out this whole entire meme coin Solana craze. But this is how it's going to work if it happens. You can see Raydium actually hasn't taken too much of a hit. It's really been following Solana's chart. And this is the decentralized trading platform that's on Solana. Obviously, this thing is going to go up, and you can see the market cap is lower. So it means it goes up easier because it takes less money to move the coin. So if Solana goes up, which is going to, I think, $800 or $1,000 Solana, but please quote me on Twitter for saying Solana is going to $800,000. That would be the best call ever. And I will claim it as clout. If Solana ever goes to $800,000, I'm clipping this one clip out of the video and being like, I told you, Golden God, all of you are f***ing stupid. I'm f***ing smart. Bask in my glory, for thou has cometh. But in all other cases than that, I'm gonna say that was a misspeech. So really simple trades you can make if you're kind of stupid and don't want to be degenerate, or you just want to do the opposite of what I say in these videos because you hate me. Yet you watch 30 minutes into the video, there's people that do that. Hello, how are you, you piece of shit? That's what you want to do. That's how you're going to want to trade this. So you find the utility coins on these, and that is just the easy peasiest way to do this. Now, what I would really be looking at is the utility coins on AVAX, because everything in Solana is pretty much well known. It's chartered territory. But we're going to see a lot of things popping off on AVAX when it gets a bid that I think are just going to pop up because you're going to be able to find utility coins early. Now, I have to restate the case for AI and gaming. I'm going to give a few coins in this video, but it's not going to be before we get into individual coins. You need to understand that out of all the narratives in crypto, AI and gaming are going to be the hardest pumpers. And I know people are going to be like, well, it's because you're biased and all your bags are in AI and gaming. Certainly not. I would never let myself be susceptible to such bias. Ha! The think. Alex Becker being biased. Ha! But seriously, when it comes to these coins, I'm the most bullish on them for one reason. What narratives are going to hit in the next 2 years? Like, what things are likely to go mainstream and get the biggest bids? Do you know any? Are NFTs? Is it going to be real estate-based DeFi things? What part of the market is going to get the bids? Okay, so my logic right here is let's look at two places that are almost guaranteed to get mainstream demand here in the next 2 years. Okay, let's look at gaming. In the next year, we have about 10 extremely high quality games launching gaming. This isn't like 2020 where we were launching little desktop Newgrounds games and they're all blowing up to $50 million valuations. We have amazing games like Off the Grid, Pixelmon, My Pet Hooligan, and so many other AAA quality games launching with Sony. Like just news the other day, Sony's making a gaming chain. Like this is going to get picked up. And blockchain gaming is equivalent to online gaming. Remember when online games first launched and you'd be playing Team Fortress back in the day and people are, heck, let's go back to Doom. And people be playing it online. They're like, oh, this is a fad. Like, okay, it's neat, but like, will people actually do this in the future? What a stupid thing to say. And blockchain and gaming is the same exact thing. Like, it's just naturally the evolution of gaming is going to go there. It's not that there's going to be Web3 gaming. It's just like the fact that gaming combined with online gaming. And it moved in that direction. It's the evolution of how the games will go. It's just a different way of storing data and managing the database of who owns what in video games. And it's far superior to what exists right now. It's not some big leap where people have to get into a Ponzi scheme and start trading crypto and understand NFTs to do it. It's just how the games are going to work. And infrastructure in particular underneath it is going to explode. So this is going to happen with very high certainty in the next 1 to 2 years. When it does happen, all these games, regardless of their merit, the speculation is going to be insane. Insane. And I'll get into what I expect there in a second. Same thing is going on with AI, gents. If you look at all the AI coins, I'm not going to break down how every single one works because frankly, I'm too stupid to even explain it to you. But I'll tell you from my perspective, where I make most of my money is in SaaS or software as a service. Right now, AI is the biggest opportunity in software as a service, or what I believe will be called AI as a service. Every tool is having some AI demand. And whether they're connecting through something like Claude or ChatGPT or Runway or whatever AI system you're using, all those AI systems use massive data processing and servers. The best way to distribute that power, and the way it's currently distributed, is very inefficient. It's a pain in the butt. If you've ever built an AI company, which I don't expect you do, when you're actually going to the servers and buying it, you have to buy servers up front and everything. It's a mess. It's a mess. The privacy that goes into it, it's a mess. And there's a lot of other AI coins that tie into actual services, like Neural AI provides creative for games. We're not here to talk about every specific coin though. And the cool thing about a lot of AI coins is most of them generate, and the cool thing about a lot of AI coins too is a lot of them are actually based around generating revenue for holders. So I think that will actually get smacked down as a security in the future, but it's a really big driver of demand right now. Regardless of all that, these are going to start getting picked up by mainline companies. I don't see it not happening. The demand is just too damn high. And the way that these all work together and the infrastructure they provide is just too damn useful. And with the demand on AI the next few years, again, I think the same exact type of situation we saw in gaming. It's just so likely it all gets picked up. Now, when these things get picked up, you have to understand everything in crypto has been a stupid Ponzi scheme to this point. And this isn't news. If you're on this channel, I tell you all the time, it's just hype and narratives. That's what we're trading. We're not trading the future in a lot of these coins. It's hype and narrative, which is why meme coins went on such of a run, because meme coins are the same as every other coin. They don't do anything. Let's be frank, guys. We get outside of like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, actually, Solana and AVAX, we actually made a lot of progress. We are just slightly less pieces of shits than we used to be. Still pieces of shit we are. And so everybody really just kind of got off utility coins and these coins right here because they're like, what's the point? We're about to enter a phase in gaming and AI, in my opinion, that is about to be actually demand driven. We're about to see games like Play Off the Grid really getting demand, and the change that they're based on. AVAX, for example, getting massive demand. The infrastructure behind them, like Beam and Super and IMX, massive demand. Okay, we're going to see the same exact thing in AI. We're going to see massive demand kick these up. And then what will happen is you have to understand the market caps of these things are I think they're a little bit higher right now, but last time I made a video, actually, if you look at the market cap, it's all labeled right here on CoinMarketCap. Wow. We've been using CoinMarketCap for like 2 years in here. I'm like, wow, they actually list the market caps. Why do you watch this channel? Anyways, the market cap of these things, I would say the market cap of AI coins is 20 billion actually, because they have a lot of coins on here that don't quite qualify as AI. And gaming coins is at 18 billion. Oh my gosh. These are going to 100, 200 billion when this happens. And now what does that mean? Yes, the top coins are going to do very well. You're going to do very well in the top coins. But if you are an absolute dog turd of a human being, you're not investing in top coins. We don't do that here. We invest in nonsense. That's our strategy. But if we go look at these lower coins right here, regardless of merit, coins that have $5 billion market caps, $6 billion market caps, Pibble. I don't know what Pibble is. I don't suggest you buy Pibble. We're just talking about Pibble. It might be great. It might be an absolute rug. But say Pibble right here, the thing is going to go to $150 million market cap just on speculation. All the things are, do not, I swear on all things good. If you go on Twitter and be like, Alex Becker suggests Pibble, he's pumping, dumping Pibble, I will do nothing. I don't know what I'd do. I will just be not even disappointed because I expect this from you people, but just don't do it. I own no Pibble, none at all, zero. Do as you will. Anyways, any coin that's in these lists right here is just going to go nuclear. They're going to go crazy. And that means if you are positioned well and you understand these markets beforehand, you're just going to make stupid amounts of money. And I think the easiest places, the most likely places to do that are gaming and AI. And with a touch of those utility coins on certain platforms. If I'm just being boring though, and I can give the suggestion for 90% of people on here, that this is your first bull run and you haven't been here for a couple of years, grab a bag of Solana, grab a bag of AVAX, and just chill. And if you want to get a little bit extra spicy right there, add some IMX and Super to it in gaming. If you want to get a little bit spicy in AI, I would go and add some Render. It's a big old chunky coin. I'd add some EOS, and I'd add some Echelon Prime for that mix of AI and gaming, and I'd call it a day. Now, in terms of coins that I would pick and coins I'm getting into, my picks haven't changed, gentlemen. On my Twitter, there is a list of all the projects I'm involved in, partnered with, or advised. And yes, let me be very clear here, guys. Coins that I talk about and coins that I like, that's why people come to this channel. I'm gonna lay out something crazy with you, all right? Just big secret. Nobody knows this about Alex Becker. This is something I only tell girls when I get shit-faced at 2 a.m. at a bar, which is primarily what I only do with my fiance. And so she just, at 2 a.m., she's sick of it. Every night I'm telling her about my Super and AI bag, so I don't even talk about anything else. Just sit there until I black out, and then she has to carry me home. It's great being engaged to Alex Becker. Romance, hashtag. But here's the big secret. If I like coins, I invest in them, and I talk about coins I like on this channel. That's what people come for. When I like coins, I also reach out to advise them and partner with them so I can help them grow. Like most VCs do. I want them to do well, so I'm going to coach them and consult for them. And so obviously, if I own a coin and I coach a coin and I want the coin to do well, I'm incentivized for it to go up. So full transparency. While not every project or coin I talk about on this channel is a coin I own, I do own a lot of them, because I own things I like. If you want, in the future, I will make a video about coins I absolutely hate and then suggest you buy them. Does that sound like fun content? I'll talk about coins I don't think will do well, but then suggest you buy them. We'll do that in the future. It'll be, yes. But if you go to my Twitter, there's a list of all the projects and everything I'm involved in. So my coin picks haven't changed. The only thing I've added to my portfolio is Palm AI. I think it's awesome. I think it's going to go to a very similar market cap and follow up moves like PAL. So that's the only thing I've added in the last couple months. Everything else is the same. I've been holding the same coins since November, with a few additions of the AI coins we talked about last video. I've sold 2 coins this entire time, and as you know, I'm in a lot of coins, and I'm just holding the position we talked about in November. Everything I said we're going to get these coins, we're going to hold it till 100K Bitcoin, and that's what we're doing. We are either going to get past 100K Bitcoin here, guys, and make a lot of money, or Bitcoin's not going to cross 100K and we're going to lose all of our money. That's what's happening right here. That's the move. And so if you're looking for individual coin picks and everything, there's going to be links to those videos after this video, and you can go into that and you can look at them all you want. I don't suggest you buy anything I talk about. I suggest you look at how I think about the market and use that, because it works for me, and you'll get in coins that nobody knows about and beat people to them, which is the point of crypto. But I think regardless of right now where altcoins are at in comparison to where Bitcoin is and the move that could potentially happen, I think there are tremendous, insane gains on the table for altcoins. particularly the smaller ones. I think that's going to be insane. That's it. This is everything I think is going to happen in the market. This is what I think is going to happen in the next couple months. You want to use a blueprint of what I'm thinking? Here it is. Follow me on Twitter at CSS Becker because you're going to get updates way sooner, faster, and better. I can only make one of these hour-long videos every now and then. I have other things to do. And frankly, I don't like interacting with you that much. I rarely have the desire. So that is what it is. Other than that,